give it a few minutes to see who decides to wander in or not. Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna make myself really small. Then I'm gonna do something really cool. You're gonna love it. Check it out. Check it out. You're gonna love this. See, I don't know if I really want to play or not. I mean, I kind of do, but then I kind of don't. Basically, because I'm in Suramar City, and if you play World of Warcraft, then you know exactly what I mean. Why I'm kind of hesitant to go back in. I was away from it for a couple of days, and I remembered when I walked back in like a little while ago, I died again in Suramar City because, yep, it is the bane of my existence. It really is. It's a pain in the ass. Any WoW players out there? Because, I mean, seriously, pain in the ass. It really is. It's awful. Not fun. Not good. Do not like. Do not like. Sorry, my friends. I died. Anyway, so this is likely going to be a short video, short live chat, unless people decide to wander in and start conversation or something. Well, let's see. First, it's Friday. It's the last day of September 2016. Very exciting. Well, yes and no. It is, well, I mean, I like that we're coming into October, but I'm also not liking that we're coming into October. Summer's over, and September is going by the wayside by tomorrow, or actually by the end of tonight. Right? Yeah, tomorrow is October 1st. Halloween is just around the corner, which, yay, for a pagan such as myself, and as one that celebrates Samhain, it's a very exciting time of the year. It's like our version of New Year's. So that's cool. I'm looking forward to that. I do always enjoy very much Samhain. Oh, hey, there's one person watching. Hello, one person watching. How are you? Not really doing anything fun. I'm thinking about things to talk about while I game at the same time, because I figured maybe I might kind of want to sort of maybe go into the World of Warcraft for like a couple of minutes and whatever. I don't know. But really, I don't know. I'm really not that exciting. I'm really not. I wish I was. I'm not. I'm really boring. I mean, I enjoy my seemingly dull life because it means less stress for me, and that generally keeps me happier because it keeps my anxiety down and basically essentially keeps me from going crazy. That's how I am able to play the chameleon of the sane girl. That's how I do it. That is how that's my secret. But of course, that doesn't make me very interesting either. It's okay. I'm all right with that. But you know, I don't feel like I miss out on anything because, you know, the stuff that I want to do, I do. And the stuff that I really have no interest in, I don't. And I'm perfectly okay with that. Although I'm sure there's plenty of other people out there that think the exact same thing about their lives, and then when from the outside looking in, it looks, hey, wow, that looks pretty cool. I guess. So. Figured while I'm here, I might as well go down over here and go hang out at my Legion Hall. Oh, there's nobody else watching me. I'm not that interesting. Anyway, flies. The mouth is doing okay. Doesn't really bother me all that much. At night gets a little sore. Got a little sore tonight, so I took some painkiller happiness, and that's fine. It's just a little tender, really. Mainly because I had to eat food, and I know because I hate doing that too. Trust me. Eating is not not a joyous thing for me specifically. It's just not something I really. The last few months, it's been a painful thing, so that's not joyful. And anything I could eat had to be soft-ish. I mean, not as soft as all the soup that I'm eating, but you know, still. Especially, it's a pain because my favorite texture is crunchy. Of course, it's my favorite texture. Because I have to be one of those people who likes crunchy things. And then I cannot eat the crunchy things. It's alright. It's okay. It's fine. I'll be okay. I will be, I promise. I swear I will be fine. Maybe. Perhaps. I like him. Let's see what else is going on. Not much. My mouth is healing well. I said that. Been eating a lot of soup. It is still raining here in Gettysburg. It's cool. I actually had to turn on the heat on low. I don't particularly like that very much. Simply because you know, that costs money. But it's that moisture holding in the cooler. Actually, the moisture is keeping it a bit warmer. But I have some thyroid issues which sadly make me cold. When technically I really should not be all that cold, so I try to keep it at a reasonable temperature most of the year as much as I can because I'm more comfortable, and a comfortable Niki is a happy Niki. And a happy Niki is one that will not destroy you and consume your body for nourishment. No, I don't do those types of things because that would be wrong. Cannibalism is frowned upon in many cultures across the globe these days. Yep. Oh, what does my dog want now? What do you want? You've been out a lot. He doesn't need to go out. He was just out. Right before, not too long before we started. So, let's see what else. It's some of that green juice with, fruits and leafy greens, so that I know I have to have on super soft foods like soup and juice and oatmeal and stuff. But, I also think that these foods should be nutritionally dense as much as possible. So, since I do not actually possess, well, no, I can put it in a blender and make a smoothie. But I don't know, man. Greens just do not make good smoothies, man. They're fibrous. And they're just kind of gross that way. I love greens. I like eating them. But there's this really, I don't know, it's just, it is not a favorite of mine in smoothie format. But that's just me. Not really a great deal going on except for that. Things are going well. Another week is almost gone. It's Friday. Another month is almost gone. The year is almost over. And I did finally release those 5 new bath bombs that I mentioned yesterday. So those are all listed and ready to go and available. I'm really excited about them. They are really great. I love their fragrances, and it's my typical bath bomb recipe with the shea butter and baking soda and citric acid, which is vitamin C. It's not a scary thing, people. It's just not a scary thing. Blowing it all out of proportion. If you're afraid of vitamin C or citric acid, you're afraid of an orange, honey. But anyway, yeah. Not really too much is going on. Just that. Classes, homework. I have, see, I had to do, let me show you what I've had to do. All right, so I have this, I don't know why, I cannot get these things to make sense. I think it's probably because of lines and numbers and math, which is usually what my problem is. It is a thermodynamic diagram of stability for meteorology. I've read the chapter and I did all, did all the lecture bits and the assignments and stuff, and done all these things, and but then there's this, I did the filling it out of the diagram of where it said I was supposed to put things. I had to look some of these other questions up because I like weather. I like that there is weather. Weather happens. There's nothing one can really do about it. It's not something that interests me terribly, though. I'm not a math. I like science. I like that there are numbers. I like numbers. I like facts. I like that science exists. I like that science does some cool stuff. and finds out some cool stuff. I do not have a very sciencey mind. It's probably it's likely the Aspie brain, where some are really, really, really excellently super at math, and some it just does not click. For me, it just does not click. But I could talk about mythology and literature all day long and enjoy it very much. I could read about it. I could read literature. I could read about literature. I really love it. So, I don't know, man. I don't know. And this last question, it's so if anyone knows the answer to it or have done a similar lab to this, I mean, this is from the Mississippi State University's Graduate School of Geoscience. So it's made its rounds through different colleges and stuff. So anyone out there ever studying meteorology in like community college or something, help me out here. If you ever did something like this or know the answer to it, the question is, if air rises on its own from 900 millibars, but doesn't stop at 500 millibars, where does it stop rising? Although, I would be thinking about what pressure does it stop rising. My professor's nice. He just doesn't, words, they're not where they're supposed to be. Where does it stop rising? Where? Does he mean on the scale? I don't know that either. Hint, to rise, the air must be unstable, so it must be warmer than the surrounding. Okay, I got that part. I mean, I understand all of the words, and I understand, I cannot memorize what all of these lines mean, because it looks to me just like a jumble of things. It looks like just a mess, and I can't make heads or tails out of it. And I mean, it tells us exactly what what each of these lines mean, sort of. But it's not something I'm really all that familiar with, and it's the lab. I have to do it. I really wanted to take geology. This is not what I wanted to take, but this is what they had available. Yes, I am more interested in rocks. I never done very good in math. All of this stuff is... Yeah, and I know tutors, community college, you can find a tutor. Problem with that is they do not understand. These are, student tutors, and they don't get how to teach an Aspie brain that does not comprehend math to comprehend math. And this, I swear, it just looks like a jumble of lines to me. It means nothing to me. There is no definition to this. None. I mean, I followed the directions, put the, do the little circles and do the X's. Sorry. And, connect the lines with a ruler, and I did all of that. And I even wrote down here at the bottom when I scan this and turn this into my professor, that the orange markings are for the temperature and the brown markings are for the dew point. But I don't know, man. I don't get it. But anyway, this question, the one that's bothering me the most right now, because it's the last question. The rest of it I've answered through much difficulty, but I answered them anyway. If the air rises on its own from 900 millibars but doesn't stop at 500 millibars, where does it stop rising? Hint, to rise, the air must be unstable, so it must be warmer than the surrounding. Draw it on the diagram to see where it is no longer true. If You are standing outside. I mean, how are you supposed to draw it onto a diagram? You know, what lines are you supposed to follow? I'm so confused. And then the second question is, if you are standing outside watching this parcel rise, what do you see at the level where it stops? Answer both questions here. I don't know the answer to any of it. I'm so lost. I just want to pass this course with a C, man. I just want to be able to get this course done. This is my last core class. This is my last required class for my degree. That's all I want. You know, then I can graduate. It'll be fine. That's all I want, man. So I swear, if you guys have any idea about that, please let me know as soon as possible. This is due on Sunday, and I would like to turn it in. If not, well, he's just not going to get that. He's going to get a big "I don't bloody know," except without the bloody part in it. Unless I can find the answer out somewhere, or somehow, or something. Yes, and I've looked in my book, and I've looked in things, and just not computing. And I get that the green vertical lines, it says here, are lines of equal temperature known as isotherms. I got that. That I get. The straight green lines that slope upward I'm assuming that's these with the numbers underneath of them, right? These ones with the numbers. Those are lines of equal temperature known as isotherms. Oh, those, sorry, no. Horizontal lines, the vertical lines are lines of equal temperature. Green lines that slope upwards are dry adiabats. And those indicate the cooling or warming rate of dry air. So, air rises when it gets warm, right? That's always use the dry air adiabats when raising or lowering unsaturated air. But see, I don't know whether this air is saturated or unsaturated. And then the nearly straight blue lines inclined a bit to the left of the isotherms are lines of constant mixing ratio. Again, we had to do a lab with the math and the things, and I ran out of whiteout. Then the sloping red lines are called moist adiabats, and they represent the temperature lapse rate for saturated air as it is raised. So I don't. I mean, I get the rate. I understand the equation. I'm not a complete idiot. It's not my math is not my strong suit, but I can do, you know, basic stuff and some pre-algebra. It's when, I don't know. It's not the math that's confusing me, actually, which is, I know, for me, that's like a weird thing, math. It's not the math part that is confusing me. The math part always confuses me, but not this time. I don't really want to play WoW right now. I don't even know why I'm in it. But I don't. Yeah, so warm air rises, and it has to be unstable to do so. So it's warmer than the cold or surrounding air. So the warm, and we all know warm air rises, right? So, and the temperature. The temperature is down here. It goes, positive Celsius, negative Celsius. And there's millibars. Pressure. Barometric pressure. And distance, or elevation, I guess, is on the side too. I'm confused, guys. If you have any idea, let me know. And now I'm going to go watch some YouTube of my own. And I'm not going to bore you with my trying to figure out this bull crap that has absolutely nothing to do with my degree. I only have to take it because I have to take it because that's what they said I had to take. I'm a philosophy major, going for the aesthetics of literature and arts and stuff. So I can work with anthropologists and other philosophers and archaeologists and archivists with ancient texts and mythologies and stuff. This meteorology has nothing to do with it. And, well, not the sciencey part. Except, if I see a cumulus nimbus cloud, I know that it means, hey, rain. It's not my cup of tea. It's not my forte by any means. And I guess I'll have to explain the Aspie brain at a later date. But since there's no one really in the room talking with me right now, and I want to go do other things, I will see you all tomorrow. I'm going to try to get to bed early so I can get up a little earlier and so I can finish up my homework for the weekend and relax. Maybe go to the grocery store and pick up a couple of things because I'm really having some munchy issues, man. Soup is only so satisfying. Sometimes just want to S-N-A-C-K. The D-O-G is over T-H-E-R-E. So I'm not going to say the word, but you know what I mean. And so I think... Oh, I also want to get some things to make. I have some really cool recipes that I want to try. One of them is... Actually, I have a couple recipes for a lentil dal and a chickpea dal. So I'm interested in trying those both. And maybe at some point find a dairy-free replacement for paneer. Or at least a recipe for it, and we can make it and try it out. So that's something I would definitely like to do this week on a live chat, maybe earlier in the day on a weekend or something. So anyway, I hope y'all are well. May you stay well, stay happy, and stay peaceful. I will see you all again tomorrow evening for whatever the heck this is. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.